If you're new to this channel, I'm a driving instructor and I've been teaching people for over 12 years now. And in that time, I've come to learn what most learner drivers struggle with. So in this video, I'm going to list 5 common mistakes that learners make. Let's get started. Okay, I've got this. I've already done mirror and signal, second gear, clutch is up. Now where's this pickup truck going? Oh good, they're going left. I can go, oh crikey, nearly hit that island there. Why do I keep losing my position on junctions? It's so frustrating. The problem there was the learner driver was staring right too much at the junction. That's very common. The problem with staring right is that you lose your position, you stop too early or you stop too late, and if the car in front doesn't go, you may drive into the back of them. What you should do is slow down as you approach the junction. Make sure you do your mirrors, your signals, slow down, get your gear ready, and make a couple of glances to the right to make sure it's safe whilst looking ahead. That way you maintain a good position, and if the car in front doesn't move, well, you're not going to hit them. I will confess that when I was 19, I drove into the back of someone. I was approaching a roundabout, I was looking right and I was thinking, oh yes, it's safe to go, let's go, and smash! Oh, I actually hit the car in front whilst I was looking right. I didn't even see myself hit the car. It was quite a weird experience to press the gas pedal and, well, not go anywhere. Let's just say I learnt my lesson and I haven't done that since. When I approach junctions now, I primarily look forwards. What a lovely sunny day to be having a driving lesson. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Ooh. Phew. Oh, the wing mirror's on. Why are the roads so small and the cars so big? I think it's got something to do with the Romans. What the learner did wrong there, well in actual fact it was me, but let's pretend that it was a learner driving, is they were looking at the oncoming car, and oncoming cars are scary. You're much better off looking at the gap. If you look at the gap, focus on the center of your gap and put your left knee, or aim your left knee into the middle of that gap, you should go through the middle of the gap. Of course, I drive on this side of the car, so it's my left knee. If you were to drive on the other side of the car, it would be your right knee. It's whatever knee is closest to the middle of the car. And if you're struggling to judge if the gap is wide enough, then just stop, slow down, stop at the side of the road. It's better to do that than to go through when you're not sure. To help you judge if the gap is big enough, look at the oncoming car and see if you can fit itself in the gap that's available. Also look to see if there's some room on the other side of the oncoming car so they can move over a little bit and give you more room. Car's on my side of the road, so I need to wait. Ah, that's awkward. Well, no one overtaking me. Let's see if I can see down this road. Aha, no one coming. Let's get going. Why do I find that so difficult? If only I knew a driving instructor. This is a really common mistake learners make. They go really close to the curb and really close to the object that they're waiting behind. In this case, it's that parked car. The problem with that is you can't see around the car as well. You have a lot of steering to do to get around the car, and it looks like you've parked. So the cars behind start to overtake you, which means your mirror checks become even more important. What you should do is hold back a couple of car lengths over towards the middle of the road as much as you can without actually encroaching into the other side of the road. That way you can see what's coming, it's easy to steer, and everyone behind knows your intentions. The zebra crossing is clear. I missed that last time. Hang on, why aren't these cars giving way to me? Brake! Why do I have to wait for cars and cars don't have to wait for me? It's so unfair! What went wrong there is the learner car did not slow down for the oncoming car until the last moment. Then they slammed on the brakes. That would have scared anyone in the learner car, and that would have scared the oncoming car because it did not look like the learner car was going to stop. Many people believe learners don't recognize hazards. They don't slow down for hazards because they don't recognize them. And that's why you have to endure the hazard perception test before you're allowed to do the practical test. But I disagree. I believe learners recognise most of the hazards. Okay, they don't recognise zebra crossings. They're not very good at noticing people walk towards zebra crossings, but they're very good at noticing cars driving at them, spaces that are too small, and people walking in the road. The trouble is they don't know how to deal with them. Often they go for the steering wheel because the steering wheel's there, it's in front of them, it's easy to use, and they try to steer around every problem. But quite often, there's nowhere to go. You can't steer around the problem. They forget about the pedals. And I think that's partly because the pedals are complicated. You know, the clutch is complicated, the brake is, well, it doesn't do anything when you start pressing it and suddenly it brakes too much. So they avoid the pedals. They try to avoid changing their speed and just try to steer around things. But you just got to get good at using the pedals, because that is how you deal with most problems. Most of the time you just need to slow down or wait. Like here with these buses, 2 oncoming buses, all I do, slow down, make it very obvious that I'm waiting for them, let them finish passing the cars. Once they've finished, then I can go through and deal with the cyclist. Ah. 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 Reverse park. I've got this. Right. Ah. Rushing. That was the cause of most of those problems. And it's a very common mistake that learners make. They rush. They try to drive as fast as other experienced drivers drive. A learner has spent their entire life so far sat in the passenger seat and observing other drivers. Now they're going to try and drive as fast as what they're used to seeing and used to feeling when they're in a car. But you can't. When you're learning, you have to do things slowly before you can do them quickly. So try not to fall into that trap. Try not to keep up with everybody else. You're going to take longer to use the clutch. You're going to take longer to judge things and park when you're learning. That's normal. In fact, my learners really start to make progress when they accept this. When they start taking their time and doing things at their own pace, they start to learn the clutch. They start to learn to judge distances and park on their own. And speed comes with practice. Once they start doing it well, then they start making progress and getting quicker at what they're doing. If they try to do it quickly from the start, they get it wrong, they get it wrong, they get it wrong, they panic, they flap, they get frustrated. Sometimes they can even go backwards. I'll leave a link in the top right hand corner of your screen to the sequel of this video. Once I've made the sequel, if I make the sequel, it'll be more common learner mistakes, something like that. I haven't actually decided on the title yet, probably something better than that, but basically it'll be a video just like this one, but with 5 more common mistakes learners make. If you want me to make that video and leave that link, give the video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments if you want to see it. Also check out Collingwood and Confused in the description. Collingwood are great if you're learning to drive and need to insure yourself on somebody else's car to get some practice. You can do so without affecting the owner's policy, and via the link at the moment there's up to 35% off and a £20 Amazon gift card. But don't just do that, also check out the link to confused.com. You can fill out 1 quote form, get loads of quotes back from loads of insurers to find out who's cheapest, and you can change your car on that quote form as many times as you like if you're trying to decide which car to buy based on how much it costs to insure it. Using the links don't cost you anything, but it does support this channel, so thank you very much if you do purchase a policy via those links. That is very helpful. Facebook and Instagram, check them out. Feel welcome if you want to, both Conquer Driving, and subscribe if you want to get my future videos. And until the next one, cheerio.